What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about ticker RDAR. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what's been really coming out from the company itself, and why you need to add them to your watch list. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off today, it did go down 16.67%. Two things to really point out. One is the fact that it did go up about 50% over the last 5 days. So today is probably just a certain level of profit taking, or maybe the market generally does not like today's news. So even though it does show Raadr Inc. right up here, so ticker RDAR, in their news, it does show 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛, formerly known as Raadr. So a lot of their PRs are very inconsistent in that regard. So it is what it is. That's just OTC for you. So, but the news that did come out today shows that they did appoint a new CEO. So normally that's a good thing. So I don't think that 16% red day is that. It's more so just profit taking. But a couple of things I do want to bring up as far as why I really like this company and why there might be a lot more upside. So generally, in case you're new to OTC, so pink limited information shell risk, they did a reverse merger. And so I think that's where the Raadr is. Obviously, the whole reverse merger kind of scenario came to fruition, but transfer agent verified. But I always like to point this out. They have not done any reverse stock splits because sometimes OTC stocks, they love that. But generally, you also want to look at the actual volume. And so that's kind of a good key indicator that something might be coming. So on December the 9th, there was 518 million in volume shares being traded. December the 6th and the 5th, there was 389, then also 311 million, which 55 and 42% green days is always a good thing. But the news that came out during that time period was pretty impressive. So right here, so Raadr doing business as 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 settles all outstanding convertible debt. So for those of you that don't know, I have several different YouTube channels, some of which is dedicated to calling out companies that rely on convertible debt because it's self-destructive. It's absolutely, like, if you go down that route, you're pretty much good as gone. So it doesn't matter if you're OTC, Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, doesn't matter. If you go down that route, like, it is just pretty much lights out. So the fact that they are going this route is very, very bullish. And plus, it kind of piggybacks based on the news that came out in October about them, kind of goes over the history, reverse merger, but it shows that the deal also includes plans for Raadr to uplist to Nasdaq, aiming to access greater liquidity and capital market opportunities. Very good stuff. And so most likely them getting rid of that convertible debt is for them to kind of hit all the necessary boxes for them to uplist. And as long as they hit the actual price requirements, I do believe that they need to be around $4. So going back over here, even though they haven't done a reverse stock split, I think one will be needing to be done in order for them to essentially qualify and uplist, unless they do have another route. That PR that did state that they, for acquisitions and whatever, maybe they just also at the same time want to make themselves seem a lot more appealing to other entities for them to be taken over. But I think just that news matches very well with October about them wanting to uplist. So any OTC stock with ambitions to move to Nasdaq shows that they're actually wanting to do something. And normally, once again, if you guys don't know OTC stocks, you really want to look at their website. Majority of OTC stocks don't even bother to put out a website, let alone have a functioning one. This website, so this company 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 definitely does, very functioning. Haven't found any glitches or anything. So yeah, it seems to be pretty good for the most part. They are on here as well, so 4,200 followers, so a good amount over there. But yeah, generally speaking, I kind of like this company. So if they do uplist, that in among itself will be a very big catalyst for it to kind of propel higher. Or even if they just stay OTC, it shows based on a lot of the recent news that they're actually doing something. So they did an interview in November, and it looks like as well, based on this, they were getting called out in October for the CFO to potentially do that. So yeah, interview, I didn't actually listen to that yet, so I'll maybe kind of do that and do a follow-up video if there's anything positive or that needs to be brought up. But Aside that, beside the point though, I just really wanted to bring up the news that came out on December the 2nd, the abnormal volume since then, and what it might mean. So regardless, if it does get uplisted to Nasdaq, I think that in among itself will be a very good catalyst. Or if they just wanted to get rid of the convertible debt to be more appealing for another entity out there, then even good in that regard as well. So one thing as well, I just wanted to kind of finish it all off with is the company profile, just in case you are don't know. So Raadr, doing business as 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛, provides technology, so products and services to the telecommunications industry. So very basic stuff, founded in 2006 and Miami Beach. So pretty cool stuff. Like I said, OTC is kind of like the wild west sometimes, so you just have to do your own due diligence and all the other fun jazz. But based on everything that we have in front of us, it does show that this company is really going to do something. And obviously the market cap right now is 11.74 million, so potentially it could go up a lot more. This is the range right here, so 52-week range. 6 cents is the high, the low is obviously the point, like quad 1 or whatever it is. So yeah, I think there's a lot more upside. Definitely something to add to your watch list based on all of this. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I actually did I did a post on my Patreon about this stock as a potential buy. So pop over to my Patreon. I do buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Just opened it and launched it roughly around 3 weeks ago, and since then I've already had a couple 2Xs. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. But no matter what, this stock in among itself, I think as well, is just something that you need to add to your watch list. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.